The show you're about to listen to is pulled from our Nerd Radio, our national NerdNet Radio Direct, streamed every Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Time for 4 hours. Please enjoy. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Nerd Radio, your national NerdNet Radio Direct. I'm one of your hosts, Nick. Here with me today is...
It's Nate. Hi, from a remote location.
From a closet, it looks like.
Now trapped in the closet.
Yeah, that's right. It's Nick and Nate. Nick and Nate. It's always great with Nick and Nate. Nick and Nate.
Oh, Nate.
I like my new setup. I'm not gonna lie. I like it a lot. It's very good. But that's not what you guys are here for. Let's get straight to the news. Fuck off and die. Shit. Oh god, it's everywhere. Ah! Hold on.
This is called doing it live, definitely. Yeah, this is what is going on. Why is it?
Netflix is going up in prices. That's right. So, just recently they announced that they're going to be going up. So let's see. 2 Netflix price tiers are increasing in price. The standard tier, which allows streaming on 2 devices, will stay the same. It says it's jumping from 13 to 14. Well, that's whatever. 13 to 14, according to blah blah. The premium tier, which allows you to do 4 devices, will be going from 16 to 18, and the basic tier will still remain at 9. Oh, that's what it means. Okay.
So yeah.
So the regular ass tier, with which I think you can only do one thing at a time, that will be still the same at $9. But then if you want 2 devices, 14, 4 devices, 18. That'll be what it'll be going up to. Does this affect you at all? Are you still gonna have Netflix regardless?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, we use Netflix so heavily as it is. Like, it's one of our like crutch streaming services. I have the premium version because, I do have 4K TV, and then we also have, the 4 accounts. So, it sucks. Like, I thought I've been paying about $20 anyway. So it's kind of one of those, it's not really, I'm not hurt by it, but it does bring up an interesting conversation of, are they, because Netflix at the same time, and that's what's interesting is, we reported on this last week, Netflix canceled over 25 shows.
Right.
But the following week or following 2 weeks later, they're announcing a price increase. So it's like, there is a lot of Netflix, I still say, is worth the money if you have never subscribed to it, because you have so many shows and movies to choose from that are either exclusive or that are available on the platform.
Right.
At the same time, if you're going to do a price increase, you also have to make sure you're still putting out at a consistent basis quality content.
Right. No, I mean, you make a good point. In the long run, no, it's not going to. I think it would have to go up by such a degree. Like, when it starts to get into the $20 range, maybe it'll start, and obviously it's getting close to there for you, but for me, I just have the 2 devices. So for me, it's just going up to $14 a month. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of the same boat where it's like, I thought that's what I was paying anyway. So, like, it doesn't bug me, So, let's move on. Speaking of Netflix, the Resident Evil will be canon with Resident Evil in general. So that's kind of cool. So instead of this being like a quote-unquote new take, kind of like the whole Paul W.S. Anderson Resident Evils or anything like that, this actually will be canon with the rest of the universe, I guess. So, yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. What do you think?
I don't have a lot to say about it, just because the only
much.
Resident Evil thing that I've consumed consistently has been the Mila Jovovich movies, honestly. Haven't, I played 5 a little bit, but I'm not like invested in the lore and the canon of it. So I'm excited to see this, because every time they put out one of those like CGI trailers or CGI like fight scenes, it's like, fuck, these are good. Like, these are fucking quality. So I'll definitely watch this, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is kind of cool that it's going to be part of the regular universe. That doesn't make me want to watch it more or less. I'm still going to watch the hell about it. The hell about it. So, yeah, yeah. So up next, Ass Cream. You'll get that joke next show. But Assassin's Creed is going to be getting a Netflix series. Not only is it going to be getting a Netflix series, it's going to be getting multiple Netflix series. Because that's not confusing. So multiple Assassin's Creed series coming to Netflix, including live action show. So there's going to be a live action show, there's going to be an anime, and there's going to be an animated. So I'm assuming the difference between anime and animated is, one's more Japanesey and one's more CGE. So I'm guessing that's the big. I guess that's the big difference. Well, because I see anime and animated, and it's you're just being redundant.
What's funny was like all you could have said was whenever you're like, I guess the difference. I was like, well, yeah, it's the style, which is what I said. It's the style of the animation, but you said the one's a little bit more Japanesey. It's like, okay, sure, that's yeah. So, what's your take on this? First off,
I think it's really interesting that we're getting 3. Now, granted, we are getting an animated Witcher, so that's kind of like, okay, like they're trying to start something new. But it's so weird that before we even know if they're going to do good, they're throwing 3 of them out. You know what I mean? Like, so it'd be one thing if they put out the anime, for instance. They got the interest, and then they're like, all right, let's go full bars. I think what they're doing here is they're going off the popularity of like Castlevania, Dragon's Dogma, Witcher, they're going off the popularity of there, and they're going no holds bar. What about you?
So I didn't actually see the rest of that story until recently. I saw that it was, a live action. They were going to do a live action, but I didn't see the anime or the animated. So that is kind of worrisome in terms of, it reminds me, so like for example, the Assassin's Creed Chronicles games, or the side-scrolling Assassin's Creed games.
Right.
I haven't played them. I want to because they look cool, but I am invested in the core of Assassin's Creed, and that just seems like additional content that I'm like, so that's what makes me kind of concerned about having an anime and animated one.
Right.
The live action, of course, I'm excited for because which we talk about later on next show. I've been playing a lot of old Assassin's Creed recently, and it's like, man, I'm missing this cool story that they're giving me because the new ones, while there is one there, it's not, So I was disappointed by the movie. So I really want to see this brought to live action. Anime would be cool though. I would be down for that.
Yeah, either way, let's keep it going. A brand new show came out. I feel like it came out of nowhere because it wasn't a lot of marketing before around it, but we got a show called Truth Seekers. It stars Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, and it's basically about paranormal. God, why am I having problems? Paranormal investigators. So it's actually really cool. I've actually already seen episodes 1 and 2, and I can attest to that it's good. Definitely don't go into it expecting like absolute hilarity because it's Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg is actually more of a side character anyways, but still, it's like, don't expect absolute hilarity. However, it is a pretty interesting show. And yeah, I just thought it was kind of newsworthy considering the fact that it kind of came out of nowhere. So that's kind of my thing. So Nate, go watch it. Up next, unfortunately, I have to say that Sean Connery has died on Friday at the age of 90. This seems like, of course, most things in 2020, this seemed like it came out of nowhere. And just wow, you know what I mean? What's your first gut reaction to that?
Well, honestly, when I saw it, because I just refreshed my Facebook feed and it had popped up 2 minutes prior.
Yeah.
I had my first reaction was I was sad because it was kind of the same thing. we hadn't really heard him being in bad health, I think at all, if
True.
not recently. And I knew he was up there in age, but like this is one of those like deaths. I was like, oh man, like really, like come on, 2020. Like, whereas like I think the last one, I didn't have the same amount of sadness as I did with like Chadwick Boseman, but it was just like, man, like that one was not expected.
Yeah. I mean, Chadwick Boseman, hail to the king, baby. But I feel like Chadwick Boseman came out of nowhere, and so maybe the shock had something to do with not being able to really process it properly, and so therefore my reaction was kind of the same. It was just like, almost denial. Whereas Sean Connery, I mean, we knew how old he was, so like, and not to compare the two, but obviously Sean Connery has been in so many movies. He is an outright legend. Chadwick Boseman deserves praise because he became a legend within such a short amount of time. But still, let's talk about Sean Connery, and that is, he's a freaking legend. Like, I don't even know how many movies he's been in. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's definitely sad. It's a good time to go back and watch a lot of his old catalog and really, appreciate the actor that he was, for sure.
For sure. All right. Well, unfortunately, let's move on to some gaming news. With gaming news, we're going to put it over to Nate. And
Okay, there you go. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is Blop's cow, the big cow that it is huge. Apparently, we are looking at 250 gig installs on PC.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that's interesting. So the article that's coming from Kotaku here, there's actually a list of PC specifications that they've given out, and kind of what they're listing is like, oh my god. So what I'm confused on is so see if you're with me on this, Nick.
Okay.
Why is it why is it giving different hard drive spaces for the type of quality? Like that's weird that they're scaling it like that. Like if you want to run it at ultra, you need this amount of storage. If you want to run it at this, you need this. Like that's odd, but
interesting. Yeah, I guess
so it's like
I'm such a PC novice that like that didn't even really occur to me, honestly.
Well, see, here's the thing with Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare has basically made it on PS4 and probably PC2. Well, not PC yet, where you can adjust what you're installing. So they've got separate multiplayer, spec ops,
gotcha, okay,
campaign. So maybe that has something to do with it. But yeah, man, that's huge. We got to see what it's going to be on PS5 and Xbox, because we know it's not going to be that big. But
yeah. Well, imagine like PS5 and Xbox 2. You imagine those have to be similar? Because, I mean, we're getting to the point where the consoles are as close to PCs as possible. So it definitely makes you wonder, are there certain tricks that consoles can do as far as like compressing that are different from the PC? Or should we expect 250 on PlayStation 5 or whatever? Because then that terabyte of fucking data is suddenly gone.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Moving on up.
So this is a big one here. Halo Infinite loses another lead director. Man, what the fuck is going on with this game? That's the biggest question. We got great news a couple months ago about I don't remember his name. If you can pull it up, let me know. Who was one of the main like narrative leads for Bungie for the original games.
Oh yeah.
They brought him on, and we're like, oh yes, it's a win. But it was also like, wait, why is he coming on? Is it that far behind?
Yeah, so late in the game too.
Yeah, getting information like this, and they didn't give us a release date. They said it's going to be 2021. So most of us are expecting it's going to be holiday. But the fact that Joe Staten was the one that they brought back in August.
There you go.
I'm reading the article right now. The fact that they're losing another director in this way is like, man, what is going on?
Mm.
Like, did they really fuck this up? Like, it really makes me wonder if what they showed was the game that we were going to expect. And when they got that reaction, they're like, oh, fuck.
They're
And
like,
that's not a good
go
sign.
back to the drawing tables. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ooh,
yeah, go ahead. It's just.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about this is that it is so late in the game. If you would have told this closer to the reveal, I think it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But now we've gotten the reveal, we've gotten the delay, we've gotten a Bungie person coming on, and now somebody's leaving. Like, those aren't good for any studio, let alone something that's supposed to be a flagship of the Xbox Series X, XX, 3RT. Bleh.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a slap in the face, or it's kind of ironically funny that they have a Halo Infinite on the packaging for the Xbox Series X.
I know,
But
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
just for clarification, Chris Lee was the director who left. He's the studio head who oversaw the production of Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking on the article too, and it says last year Tim Longo, the then creative director of Infinite, also left. It's like, dude, why is this game going through so much development hell?
Yeah. You should not look into good, but hey, that's that. Let's move on.
So what? This game is on fire, like Nick wants to say. Yeah, apparently Watch Dogs Legion is overheating Xbox One X consoles. Now, on the article, they do say on the top that there's an update. Reviewers are reporting Watch Dogs Legion shutting down and overheating their Xbox One X during the main story. The issue has since been fixed. So that's good to hear.
It is,
But yeah, basically what was going on.
But as a couple of Sony ponies, it's still like, nyeh.
But well, see, that's the thing is I don't think it's been overheating PlayStations, but I know it's been crashing some people's games.
Yeah.
I have heard people say that for Legion, but yeah, apparently there's a tweet here on the article from Kenza McDonald. I've been playing Watch Dogs Legion for a few days, but like several other reviewers I spoke to, I encountered a critical bug that bricked my console a few hours into the story content. I'm delaying the review until it's patched, but I can only suggest you don't buy it yet. And I actually remember seeing that one. But yeah, and we can only imagine that's probably because of the gigantic system that is, the back and forth, like with all, like every NPC is a playable character.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of funny to see, and it's also funny to see that a game about hacking is bricked with bugs, like before it even comes out. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah, Sony ponies, we don't have to deal with that.
Right. But speaking of Watch Dogs,
Watch Dogs also has been getting, the review roundup has kind of hit the market. Now, Metacritic has, which one do you have up right now? PlayStation 4?
yeah, let me get that up for you. Let's see. So yeah, first one is PlayStation.
Okay. So Metacritic score is 73, user score is a 4.1. Not really surprised. I have very much heard review-wise this game.
Oh, dang. I refreshed and it went to 4.1.
Oh, what was it originally?
It was 4.3, so not any better, but you said 4.1, and I'm like, am I missing something?
Yeah, but see, what's interesting, and I'm curious what's causing this. If you go to the next one, the Xbox reviews,
oh wow,
got a
yeah,
77 and a 4.9.
That is interesting.
Oh my god, why is Stevie even included?
I wonder if Series X, does Series X have a different? Nope, you can't. Well, I guess it makes sense. Series X isn't technically out, so.
Well, so it's making me wonder if the PS4 version is just not optimized. Oh yeah, no, actually, it's not. That is the thing. I did see a tweet from a developer that was talking about the resolutions on the different consoles. But yeah, when you go to PC on Metacritic, it's a 75, user score 4.3. So I think PS4's version seems to be the worst so far.
I got 4.4. It must be changing every minute because mine says 4.4. So yeah, either way, yeah, we got 73 for PlayStation, 77 for for Xbox, and 75. So I mean, even if we pick the median there, not the average, the median, that would make it 75. So that's not, it's not great, but I feel like at least from the reviews that I've seen, let me know if you think differently, but at least from the reviews I've seen is that the main reason that it's even getting a really good score is because people like the concept.
Yeah, I can agree with that because that's the thing with Watch Dogs. You know, what's what I'm looking for? It's so ambitious with what it wants to do. It wants to show you, hey, here's GTA, but here's GTA, if you had a spin on it, which is basically what the game is. But it does feel fresh. So I can see that, and that's what I've seen with a lot of reviews. They're on the fence. Some people really like the gameplay, and kind of like the task, what they're doing. Some people really like the story.
Yeah.
Others are just like, I can't get past.
I feel like, and I really hate to see this differ from one reviewer to another, but I'll have one reviewer say that all the different, NPCs that you play as really doesn't mean anything. It's just dumb or whatever. And then another reviewer will talk about how I really like the NPCs and different ones are geared towards different styles of play. So you got your stealthy, you got your balls to the wall, gun-toting ones. And it's like, I don't know. So when I see one person, I guess the way I see it is that I see one person, what word am I looking for? I guess, accepting the style of play, if that makes sense. Accepting that, hey, I'm supposed to switch characters. They're supposed to have different skills and stuff like that. And then you have one that isn't really accepting of that. And so then instead of like doing their due diligence, in my opinion, they're just like, they're all just stupid. They just have different things and they don't really matter. But like they do if you just like use them the right way.
Yeah, one legitimate complaint that I have seen is kind of in line with that. It's more the fact of, with Watch Dogs 2, you had a central core story. You had Marcus, you had whereas with this, you don't have that. So sometimes people, when they're playing, they're like, I'm using my hands a lot this episode. I don't know why. A lot of times whenever you're playing, it's like, there's not a purpose to what I'm doing. Like I'm just doing a task to do a task. I'm not following a story path in some ways. So yeah, I've seen something kind of legitimate like that.
I mean, in general, I like the concept. I think it's really cool.
I'm excited.
And another thing I feel like I don't know if they keep in mind when they're doing their review, because obviously they beat it, but another thing to keep in mind is that it's almost like a rarity system where you could find a rare NPC.
Human.
So if you're just going out there finding a bunch of commons and then you're complaining about how they're not that different, but then you're not even really doing the work to go find rarer ones, I don't know. In general, just sometimes when I see inconsistencies like that between reviews, it just kind of irks me the wrong way, personally. But, enough of that.
Yeah, so last thing we've got the, it's November 1st, so we have the lineup for PlayStation Plus and Games with Gold. Now, let's start off with PlayStation, because, man, we've got some fucking bangers. So this is the first, obviously, this is the launch of PS5.
Not that we're biased. Not that we're biased.
But, yeah, so we'll actually get into that. But it's cool to see that they're doing the same thing they did with the PS4 generation at launch, where you had free games like Resogun, and you had, what was it? It was the, 20s one. Contrast, yeah, thank you. And they were really quality games that you just got for free. And so, first game that we've got on the list is Bugsnax, which is behind the team that did Octodad, and that's your PlayStation Plus game. So this month you're getting 2 PS4 games and 1 PS5 game.
Yeah. Can I just say, thank freaking God Bugsnax is free? Because not in a million years would I have paid money for that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did with Octodad. Like, I really wanted to play it, but I was like, okay, it's PlayStation Plus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but the PS4 games themselves are fucking bangers. Shadow of War. which I loved Shadow of Mordor. Really wanted to play the sequel. Really want to play Shadow of War, but didn't want to deal with all that microtransaction bullshit. So, like you've informed me, they have taken that all out of the game,
Yeah,
which
we're getting the
great.
good version, in my opinion, because
That's
they took out the
that's so
microtransactions. They've made it work. Because obviously, the end of the game was what a lot of people complained about, and the end of the game was the
the
most
grinder pay.
grindathon that you could do. Because basically, to defeat like a fortress, you needed nothing but oranges,
Or
oranges. Go on.
Uh, so yeah, this is going to be the best version and the actual true sequel to what I think is one of the better games of the PS4 generation. That's such a good
for
game.
sure.
But also another one, we've got Hollow Knight, which I've heard people talk about Hollow Knight like they talk about Ori a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And like how it's one of those games, like a platforming game you need to play. So this is giving me an excuse too, because I've never played it before. So it's nice when PlayStation Plus games give you that feeling of games I've always wanted to try, didn't want to spend money on, but now I don't have to. So that's it's nice whenever that actually comes through. Now, in comparison, we've got the Xbox games with gold for the month of November.
Yeah.
Origami Shadow Edition, which I think actually looks like a really cool platforming game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's coming to Xbox One. Swim Sanity.
No, it's Swim Sanity!
Coming to Xbox One. Full Spectrum Warrior, which I have. Oh, it's an original Xbox game, looks like. Yeah, I don't know anything. And then Lego Indiana Jones, which is a pack-in game that you got with the 360 when you first bought it, I'm pretty sure. And it's like you compare the two, and you're like, "What's no competition?"
Here's the real question. What just happened? Oh, here's the real question, right? With Game Pass, does Xbox even really need games with gold anymore? Because Game Pass, in a way, has made games with gold kind of, obsolete, right?
Yeah, so it definitely has, because there's more value incentive to get a game Xbox game that you maybe want to try but don't want to buy, and you just subscribe to the service and you automatically get it. So,
right. I mean, imagine it as instead of getting 4 games free per month, you're getting hundreds,
Yeah, and it's one of those that it really makes you look. They probably should do away with games with gold and try to find another like incentive thing, because that's not really worth it anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll say it once, I'll say it 1,000 freaking times. Like, Sony, what's your rebuttal? Okay, this is the debate between Sony and Microsoft. What's your rebuttal? You have now, assuming now is going to keep going on to the next generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your rebuttal? What are you doing? Like, it frustrates me to no end that, like, we just got announced that, we're going to get Rage 2, and we're going to get something else, Injustice 2, and all these stuff on PlayStation Now. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Nobody fucking cares. I do want to try Rage 2. I do want to try Rage 2, but how fucking old? That's a year-old game. And meanwhile, Xbox is getting day and date every fucking exclusive, And it's like, I almost really want to do like the fucking math or something and really look at it and be like, okay, like, there has to be some risk and reward that Xbox or Microsoft is doing here, right? They're figuring that, like, let's say even if there's people who aren't big fans of Halo or Gears, because it's being part of their monthly input of Game Pass, they'll give it a try anyways, And so that brings attention to it, which then brings money to it, right? Like, I'm assuming. And so is that their risk reward? So normally, let's say 4 million people would play or buy Halo, but then they're able to double that at a technically lower price. It's so freaking weird. But still, like, Sony, like, I would just like them to see, I would like to see them do PlayStation Now as a part of PlayStation Plus. Just merge them. And I feel like then come up with another thing, because there one story that we really didn't talk about because it got bought out by other stories, is that Crunchyroll is getting bought by PlayStation. So give us a $14.99. Give us Crunchyroll. Give us Now for $14.99. Start giving us things that add to the benefit of having PS Now or PS Plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what Game Pass. Dang it! Andrea, another $1.
I think that PlayStation is slow in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I think what they're focusing on right now, gosh, you're such an asshole. I think what they're still focusing on right now is securing like exclusive, which I think that they're pretty much almost done at this point, because they pretty much, like, all the acquisitions they've needed, they've kind of done what they could. So maybe they'll get to the point where they'll start to look at that, but I mean, there's no telling, really.
Yeah, kind of. What the hell? I needed to switch the camera faster.
I got an egg delivery.
Anyways, yeah, it's such a weird thing right now. So, yeah, we got some more stories to talk to you guys about, but first, let's get to our first music break of the day, and we'll be right back.
And I never ever felt feeling like this. And now I'm steady shaking like a Elvis.
That is on the series side. It started with Castlevania, a really, really good anime. Does it have anything to do with Castlevania? I don't know, because I never played the games. But I know that there's like Belmont, and there's Dracula himself, and things like that, and there's intrigue, and there's politics, vampire politics. So they totally suck.
God damn, that was the fucking worst.
So like normal politics, anyways. So it started with those. It started with that, and then we got The Witcher, and I think The Witcher was also a surprise, because we got Henry motherfucking Cavill, and he did such a goddamn good job. And that did so well that now not only are we getting season 2, but we're also getting like this anime or something. Then we got Dragon's Dogma, which I haven't seen the whole thing, but I think I'm up to like episode 4, maybe 5, and it's pretty good. I think one thing that a series can do so much better than a movie is that there's this central line of the story that goes from one episode to the next. And then there's all these like side quest stories, right? In a movie, they either cut out that side quest or they do it in such a way that doesn't really justify it being existed. One of the perfect examples I can think of personally is Full Metal Alchemist. The anime, I love the anime. It's a really good anime. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. In my opinion, one of the really top tier ones. They did a live action movie of that. Now, granted, this isn't a game, but stick with me. One of the side quests or side stories of the anime series was this story where, spoiler alert, at the end, you basically find out that this scientist turns his daughter into this chimera, which is like this animal creature or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you find that out, and that's a whole 20-minute episode. And then in the movie, it's like maybe 10 minutes, and it happens in such a weird way. It does kind of fit with the overall plot by the end of the movie or whatever, and therefore at the end of the series as well. But it's put into the movie in such a way that like it wasn't really needed. Like when I saw that in the series, I was just like, damn, that's fucked up. I saw it in the movie and I'm like, damn, they fucked that up. Because it was done in just such a worse way. The movie itself wasn't that bad. Like I thought like the visuals were kind of cool, and like if you had never seen Full Metal Alchemist, this very well could have got you in the mood to go see it, and therefore the whole like book is better kind of argument or whatever, you could go to the series and watch the better version or whatever. So it might have done good in that way where it got people interested. Maybe a lot of people don't like animes, but they saw this and they're like, hey, this is kind of cool. So anyways, getting back on video games, Dragon's Dogma is essentially a bunch of like side quests that you would find in a video game that in movie form would not have worked. But they still do for the most part, set up your character. It gives your character maybe a lesson to learn each side quest, and it does matter for his overall character development. However, like I said, in a movie form where you have either an hour and a half, 2 hours, if you're pushing it, 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 40 minutes, and you have to cram, just absolutely cram. The moment we heard that the Last of Us, we talked about this like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe. The Last of Us is not only getting a series, but on HBO, which is one of the ones that we predicted or we said would be a good match. And sure as shit, it's going on HBO, and it's going to be a series, not a movie. This fills my heart with such joy because there are so many intricate storylines. A really good example is the two brothers. If they would have done that in a movie, they maybe could have pulled it off. But giving it time to breathe, and maybe we'll have 2 or 3 episodes with those brothers. Maybe we'll have 4 or 5 episodes with those brothers, so that when that moment finally comes, I won't spoil it, even though it's 7 years old. But when that moment finally comes in the series, in the movie, it maybe would have been 20 minutes, maybe, and that emotional impact just wouldn't have been there. And so when it comes in the series, when we spent 2 or 3 episodes with these characters, it's going to hit us hard. It's going to hit us, hopefully, obviously, but it's going to hit us hard, way harder than it could have if it was a 2.5 hour movie. So go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, here's what's funny is, and I don't ever remember if we talked about it on air, but me and Nick had come up with a list of game series that, what our adaptations would be or where we'd want them to go.
Sure.
I pulled it up. I still had it saved in my notes.
Ooh.
Okay, so we had The Last of Us. We had said for HBO.
Yeah.
I actually put some descriptions on here. So what we said was following the Fireflies either after the Joel massacre or them getting run out of hideouts. So what I was saying was it would be cool if we're not going to follow Joel and Ellie to have like Firefly backstory, which could be cool. The other one was Assassin's Creed, and we put Netflix.
Yeah.
Now, so one of the things I put on this is I would want it to be directed by Jonathan Nolan, which I don't think it's going to happen. I honestly don't. And it makes me sad. But after watching more of Westworld, I've finished the first 2 seasons. I'm about to start a third. It screams that this could be an Assassin's Creed. Like the way that everything, all the industrialism kind of shit that happens in it, it's like Jonathan Nolan would be perfect to direct some kind of time weird thing. So, so it's funny. I'm wondering how many more that we put are going to happen, and if they're going to go to the right platform.
So just as a refresher for those who might not be in the know, right now if we miss one, please put it in the chat or go to our Discord, put it in the chat there. Okay. So here's what we got so far. Obviously we got Castlevania season 1 and 2. We got The Witcher. We got Dragon's Dogma. Then upcoming, we have a Witcher TV series. Assassin's Creed, like we just reported before, is going to have 3 different versions, a live action, an anime, and an animated. Then we're going to have Resident Evil, which, side note, I liked the CG Resident Evil movies. Did you ever watch those? I think there was 3 of them. Okay, those are really good, and especially the first one, it takes place in like an airport. Fucking loved it, man. Like, really good movie. Anyways, so Resident Evil, we're getting a series. The Last of Us, once again, on HBO. Splinter Cell, also on Netflix. So...
Wait. When is that one happening?
Splinter Cell? Not sure.
Yeah.
Not 100% on that.
Is that animated or live action?
That one I do believe is animated, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I don't remember a lot of press being made because it wasn't live action or something. I remember, I didn't think it was. That's still cool though. I think that'd be fucking awesome. Splinter Cell animated series. I want more of that, man. Oh, don't forget we have Halo as well. For whenever it's going to come out, Halo is still being a Halo TV series.
Really?
Is still being produced by Steven Spielberg. So,
really? Oh wait, wasn't there already one? There was already one.
Well, no. So Halo has had a couple different things. They had Forward Unto Dawn, which, if you've never seen before, go watch it.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that there was one that had.
Yes, it was.
What's his face?
Nightfall.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, it was Nightfall.
Nightfall. Okay.
That was preceding Halo 5, which it ended up having nothing to fucking do with. So that's why I didn't care for that one as much. But no, they talked about, I think when the Master Chief Collection was announced at E3, that they were doing something with Steven Spielberg. He was producing a Halo series.
Hold on. Tom Hardy has been attached to star as Fisher going back to 2012. Like, obviously 2012 is a long time ago, but I'm just saying, all the way back in 2012, if Tom Hardy was attached to it and he's still interested, that might be cool. Kolstad has worked on all 3 John Wick films and has been produced to date. So we might actually get somebody from the John Wick to work on freaking Splinter Cell. I'm trying to see if it was animated or live action. That's the part I'm trying to. Okay, anime. Yep, anime series. So yeah. Okay, so it's not animated; it's anime. So more Japanesey, as that racist dude said earlier.
Who are you?
Shut up. So okay, getting back to the task at hand. A big question is, so these are all the ones that are confirmed. What else would we like to be turned into a video game series? What other ones can we think of?
So there were a couple that I still had on the list. One of them was a Fallout series. I think a Fallout series could do very well.
So just so you know, there is already a Fallout series being made. So
by who?
HBO.
That's what I had on here. Fallout HBO. Okay.
I think a really good Zelda anime would be fucking awesome. Or even animated. You know what I mean? Make it like a CG or something like that. Aren't we still getting from the makers of Minions? Aren't we getting a Super Mario movie? So where the fuck is that?
I think so.
Anyways, but a Zelda fucking or series? Yes, please. I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah. Portal, I would still love to see. I think Portal is filled with so much good content and story that you could do something really cool. And I think Netflix would be the perfect place to pick that up. And I actually have that noted. Netflix, if you want to talk, I actually have a little bit of script wrote up. So, another one that's a personal favorite of mine that I would love to see is Army of Two.
Ooh, yeah.
I would love to see an Army of Two because we haven't seen anything since Devil's Cartel, and that was a kind of mediocre, okay game. No, that was a very, very mediocre game. Like I'm remembering the like scenes that I that I played through. I'm like, okay, no, that was bad. Mm-hmm. That would be great. I think on this list, I put either HBO or AMC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it could do cool. I think it could be cool on AMC because they do cool things like that. But that would be something really fun.
So here's one. Silent Hill, and it could be kind of like American Horror Story, where each season is like an anthology. So we could get Silent Hill for season 1, Silent Hill for season 2, so on and so forth. So each season could be its own tale in the Silent Hill universe.
Haven't they done so much Silent Hill stuff already though? Like.
I mean, they did the movies, but the movies are canon with each other, where the first movie is the mom and the second movie is the daughter. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're enough detached from those that we could get a Silent Hill series. You know what I mean? And I feel like I feel like they could do it justice if it was a series, because once again, like the movies aren't horrible by any stretch of the imagination. I'd say the second one is a lot worse, but even still, like they're passable movies for sure. But as a series, giving it time to really develop, and like I said, if they did some kind of anthology where we could get the original, like kind of Silent Hill story, then the second one where it's like him and he's going to find his wife in Silent Hill, and then the third, like I feel like that could do really, really good job. Really good job, yeah.
Really good, really
You
good
know
job.
what should be made into a series that I'm so surprised? Pokemon. That seems like ripe for, like, I don't know, 8 series or something.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think of what else would be a good one.
I got a good one. Overwatch. Overwatch would make a really good, like, animated or even anime. Because I feel like there's enough lore there that for your average player that doesn't like to go on the internet and look at fucking, movies, essentially.
Yeah.
And they just want to play the damn game or whatever, this could be a really interesting way of introducing them to it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I could agree with Overwatch. There was one that I was just going to say, though, that you fucking kicked out of my... Oh, I think Horizon would be good.
Especially if we could get maybe in a different, like, time era.
Oh, where the series could be when the collapse happened.
Yeah, something
Like how
like
the
that could be really cool. Like the
Oh, that would
prequel
be
to
great.
the game or
That would
something
be
like
great.
that. I think that'd be really cool.
I would love that.
I mean, something with Half-Life might be kind of cool. Because, I mean, Half-Life in general does have, like... It has a very distinct look. So if you had people cosplaying and you were doing like, it would be very distinct or whatever. But also, that's just one of the best games of all time.
I'm gonna
best
throw
series
you-
of all time. Go ahead.
I'm going to throw you a potential curveball.
Okay. go
So
for it.
I got to thinking about this. We talked about last segment. Sony in talks to buy Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
So they already own it, Funimation. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay, so here's something that I just thought about. We're talking about, it'd be cool if they did this, like because that would be something I think would be cool. Even Horizon, some kind of anime. If Sony happens to buy Crunchyroll and own basically the 2 biggest Western anime distributors and creators, what's to say that wouldn't give them license to license some of their IP to some of these creators? I don't think it would work like that, and that's probably a pipe dream, but
maybe.
it's like, that could give them like, hey, we have access to this, and that, we could get more stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially if like they make it exclusive to watching it on your PlayStation for the first like couple days or something, or like a week. Get it a week early on PlayStation on Crunchyroll.
Yeah,
and then you can get it on Crunchyroll anywhere else off the PlayStation or something like that. So I think something like that could very well happen. In that case, if we're gonna go PlayStation and they're gonna, I mean, God of War, obviously, that could make
100%.
That could make an awesome anime or whatever. Nice.
That could make
style.
awesome series. I would like to see that that's one I forgot. I would
Yeah.
like to see that as a series.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, make that a anime. I think it would be better as an anime because like they could really make it a stylized anime with like, especially like with the gory kills and stuff like that, and like blood splashing all over. Like, I feel like that would do way better as an anime than I mean, even if it was CG, but it was an anime, because I would argue that like Dragon's Dogma, for instance, is an anime, even though it's CG, because the way they create everything is very anime inspired. So it's like, even though it's a CG, you could maybe call that animated instead of anime. You know what I mean? I just think, for me, that I would much prefer like this stylized look at it, because it's like we all know the God of War like story and everything. So it's like, now I just want to see it brought back to life in a new and interesting way. Because if they did it and it pretty much just looked like the games, like, it's like, okay, we're just retreading old ground. But if they could do it and really make it look like really really cool or whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I guess Castlevania is probably a perfect example. Something really stylized, kind of like that, would be like really interesting for God of War. So yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're gonna go PlayStation, then I think Killzone. Bring back Killzone in a really interesting way, where it's this.
Yeah,
like,
I think they need more
wartime-
love. I think the Killzone, I feel like, is such a forgettable franchise to most people. Or hey, we're fucking forgetting about Resistance.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that
Infamous would be cool too.
I think Resistance would be good as a live action.
Live
And
action
Killzone
Yeah,
would also be really good as a live action, because they're so iconic. You could just be dressed up like that would be really cool. Like they don't need to be animated at all or whatever. So
yeah.
So that's our thoughts on video games that we want to become series. Now that we're having so many good ones, so now it's your guys' turn. Let us know what you think. You can tweet anywhere down below, or you can go into our live chat and everything. Right now, we're going to go to a quick music break. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to just let it go. Love will come back again. It's when you're shining and meant to mend. Just cover me with your love.
That's right. Cover me with your love. That's what she said. Hey! You could take that really gross. And in fact, I kind of did. Just cover me with your love. What's it called when you like to be peed on? Peophilia? I think you're muted, buddy.
Haha, I am.
Ha ha! All right, last segment of the day. Let's get into it, huh? So the last thing of
that's
the
a
day,
big
we
one.
wanted to talk. It's the first of the month, so the last couple months we've kind of gotten into, what's going to be streaming, so we can kind of pick out some favorites and everything. All right, so let's start with the good old Netflix. Let's see.
The
sorry,
ones that's increasing their prices.
Yeah, increasing their damn prices. Let's see. November 1. Ooh, Casper. That would have been good last freaking month, you idiots. Christmas Break-In. Yeah. Dawson's Creek. There we go. I think I should tell my wife. For our lives to be over. Knock Knock. Isn't that the one where John Wick gets assaulted by women?
Yeah. You're missing a lot of good ones here,
Jumping the
bud. You gotta-
Broom, I think that's a Halloween one, or at least a witchy one. So it's like, once again, why wasn't that Little Monsters? Same thing. Why wouldn't that have been last month, guys? Like,
Yeah, Clockwork Orange. That's another one too. That's a
your
really
shit
good
together.
movie to
Jesus.
put on.
Ocean's
Yeah.
11. Interesting. Paul Blart Mall Cop. Please give me more of that.
Yeah.
Garfield Show Season 3. Did we already have Seasons 1 and 2, I guess? I don't know. I don't pay attention to Garfield. All right. November 2nd, so tomorrow, Prospect. November 3rd, Felix Lobrecht Hype. I guess it's a comedy special. Mother, tell your sisters not to walk my way.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I thought that was Mother, the Jennifer Lawrence movie, but
Yeah, no shit, right?
Netflix film in it.
Then we got November 4th, Love and Anarchy, a Netflix original. I haven't seen that yet, but who knows?
I'm scrolling through here, man, and there's not a lot. So this is something that I'm finding interesting. The month that they announced they're doing a price increase, they're not putting out a lot.
They're
of
not
good
bringing
shit.
any bangers,
No, I mean, like, there's good stuff that's dropping today, but it's very ancillary, or really, really old movies. So it's like, okay, so that's
Operation Christmas Drop. So we are going to have a lot of Christmas shit. That's to be expected, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are bringing up a good, here we go, the Liberata. Like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know. I mean, the fact, what I don't like about Netflix is that they'll drop something out of nowhere. They have absolutely no marketing. And then it comes out of nowhere, and you're like, I guess I'll watch it. But I don't know. I like the lead up, even if it is only like a 2-week lead up, or, like I like the lead up to, hey, that Project Power that looked interesting. When does it come out? Okay, I'm gonna mark that on my, because you can mark it in the Netflix thing. I'm gonna mark it so that I can do it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, so going later in the month, there is some stuff that's okay. It's actually picking up a little bit. Like on November 13th, American Horror Story 1984 is coming.
Yeah.
Which here's the thing, I didn't think
Jingle.
Apocalypse was there.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think Apocalypse was on there, so I guess I'll have to go back and look. That's a good season. Which again, that would have been perfect to have in fucking October. I mean, that's a perfect Halloween. Jingle Jangle.
Jingle Jangle, yeah, that one's actually like a original Netflix original. So I think it looks cute. It's like it's almost like that one Hugo where they find this little like robot or whatever, and then I don't know. So another one, Life Ahead. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2.
There you go.
Vendetta.
Which is funny because V for Vendetta was on Amazon Prime not too long ago, so it's like
yeah. It's bouncing around.
The Boss Baby, Back to Business, Season 4, Netflix family. Holiday Home Makeover with Mr. Christmas.
Yeah, dude, literally nothing on here is standing out as this is something I would subscribe to Netflix for.
Alien Xmas, yeah! I mean, even if it's from the documentary side, usually there's something to like get me. Dolly Parton's Christmas on the Square. Yeah. Take that, 1950s society. Yeah. Christmas Chronicles 2. Huh? That was a good one. Larry the Cable Guy remains seated. Huh. I didn't know he still was alive. That's another good one. Oh god. Yeah, nothing. Nothing really jumps out at me like, you gotta see this, man.
Yeah, no,
you gotta see this. I mean, I feel like they need to, and maybe they do, and we just haven't discovered it yet. But I feel like they really need one big movie of the month and one big series of the month. Now, the big movie of the month could arguably one of the Christmas movies. They got the Christmas Chronicle 2, and they got Jingle Jangle. So one of those could be a breakout success. But the fact that once again, we don't really know. Like, I knew they were making a Christmas Chronicle 2, but I'll be honest, I did not know it was going to be this freaking early. So it's like, come on, guys. Like, get your shit together. All right, Hulu.
Now, Hulu, on the other hand, scrolling through, this is just from the first, but they are already providing, I feel like, a better selection of things.
Morty. So if you are somehow behind, you got Rick and Morty. One of the better seasons, I'd say.
I would say so. It's a good one.
So it's a good season. So that's coming out, and that's out today. That's out today, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got to do something. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
A lot of Christmas shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Of course, like we can be expected. Yeah. The Bourne films, the Bourne trilogy, which I still haven't seen the majority of them, so that's good news for me. Children of the Corn. Why was that not on for Halloween?
Exactly.
Whatever.
The Christmas Tale. Oh, when it said the Christmas Tale, I was thinking like the 1980s one, but never mind.
Yeah. You got all 3 Expendables, which I still haven't seen.
There you go. What did you think about Expendables? Like, maybe not as a series, but like especially when it first came out, that first one. What did you think about it?
Honestly, I love it. I do.
Yeah, that's my boy.
It's such like it knows what it is.
Exactly.
It plays to that so well. And I, like I said, the third one I haven't seen, but I wanted to see for the uptick in action. Yeah. And that's
I wonder if they're going to give us the unrated version for Expendables 3, because obviously they made it PG-13 so that all the kiddos can go and see it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I hope we get like the unrated, even if we get to choose between the unrated and the regular version. I hope.
basically what's coming out majority in on Hulu on the first is a lot of really good classic movies. Like, you've got Wanted, that's kind of lower down on the list. What was another one? Maverick, and Knocked Up. So
Lost in space.
so I can give it credit because I feel like November and December are really good months to like binge old movies or just like kind of.
Hey, it's the Water Boy.
Yeah. So I'll give it the excuse of putting these because I mean they're good quality movies. It's nice to have those available.
Ooh, The
there.
Good Doctor season 4 premiere. I like The Good Doctor.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, we haven't gotten into
Oh,
The
okay.
Good Doctor.
I like it. Me and my wife really like that one. So,
Yeah.
Blue Story. Don't know what that is. Breaking for whales. Why would you break whales? I don't know. I'm being stupid.
Well, and the boys, the deep braked for a dolphin, and that didn't really work out. So
No, he didn't though. He thought they were gonna break, but they didn't break. Killing Eve complete season 3. Real Housewives. The Mighty Ones. Okay.
Power, which I've heard people
Power,
talk really good things
speak
about, is coming November 9th.
What is Power?
It's some kind of business drama,
Oh, okay.
but it looks really good.
Law and Order SVU season 22 premiere.
The Chicago Fire, Medical PD. Yeah, I've never gotten into the Chicago series, but everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. But yeah, 22 premiere. I can't believe they're still going strong.
SVU, you mean?
Yeah, SVU.
Yeah. Me and my wife love that. I mean, every once in a while, I feel like they get a little bit too like in your face with their pulled from the headlines bullshit or whatever. It's like, okay, this is clearly in a response to that one thing, or like they had one whole episode that was clearly a response to Trump saying that transgender people can't be in the military.
Yeah.
Which, to be clear, fuck Trump for doing that. But at the same time, it's too melodramatic sometimes. It's just like,
Law
like
and
guys.
Order series, I think, and I think that's why it's still going. But Nick, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you remember the 2011 classic with Hayden Panettiere called Soul Surfer?
Soul Surfer. Hayden Panettiere.
And if you don't, because it's coming to Hulu November 17th, and it's one of those all-time classics. Yeah,
No Man's Land. I want to go to the sky, sir.
The Big Sky.
And now Animaniacs complete season 1. Now I do believe that's the remake, not the old one.
Yes, I think this is the new
So
series.
November 20th is when the new animated. I might do like a free trial. Like we haven't had Hulu for a while, so I might do it just to see the new Animaniacs. I actually watched the older ones with my daughter, and she actually really liked them. Like
the Animaniacs I think deserve to get brought back up.
Yeah, and I think it's
Agreed.
only like a little 8 episode run or something, but still.
Yeah.
Bombshell.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of stuff that's. Oh, My Hero Academia season 4 is coming, the dubbed, on November 24th. So, if My Hero Academia is on Hulu, I did not know that. Now I will go watch it because I've been dying to watch it.
Yeah. All right, the Amazon.
This is it. This won't be interesting.
28 days later, once again, October, people. What is
November 1st,
wrong with you? Do you even know how to market? Christmas movie. Christmas? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Christmas Switch. A majestic Christmas.
As good as it
Founders
gets,
Fund.
I've heard it's good. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon, it doesn't really put out a lot of great movie-wise
Oh, Captain,
content,
my Captain.
Captain, my Captain. Platoon. They have the Expendables as well.
Yeah, Hulu and Amazon, for some reason, really share a lot. So every once in a while, you'll see one on here that isn't on Hulu. But for the most part, unless it's like because even right here, American Horror Story in 1984. So
Well, yeah, I was gonna say the only thing I'm seeing of significance is probably Community seasons 1 through 6 coming to Amazon, because I think they might have left Netflix. But yeah, there's not a lot here.
All right, let's get to Disney Plus. because the Mando has already started, people. If you haven't seen it.
Also, be careful because there are spoilers on the internet like crazy. It is
Right.
ridiculous.
So, November 6th, episode 2. November 13th, episode 3. November 20th, episode 4. And then November 27th, episode 5, which ends November. Do we know how
Correct.
many episodes is this season?
Probably the same. I think it's...
Wasn't it like
was
7 or 8 for the first season? I can't remember off the top of my
I
head.
don't know. But let's go through because I think there was something else I'd seen on here.
Okay, so Magic of Disney Animal Kingdom.
There's a lot of Disney shit. Marvel 616. That I'm excited for. That's coming out on
Where's
the
that?
20th.
Where's that? 20th?
Yeah.
Marvel 616? Oh, no, that's just the documentary. You got my hopes up.
But I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Oh, are you talking about the What If? Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah,
it was?
that's what I was thinking you were talking about. I'm like, no fucking way. But yeah, that's different. That's
But
just
yeah,
a documentary.
Apart from that, really, it is only the Mandalorian. There's
It's
just a lot of
genuinely
Disney
just the Mandalorian. Like, as soon as the Mando's done, unless WandaVision is like in December or even January, I'm getting rid of it. Like, just plain and simple. Let's get to the max. AutoZone.
this is-
Wait, I don't know what that means.
easily, I think, the best list so far that we've got here.
I mean, yeah, it's got 10,000 BC. Right?
no, so I mean,
No, shut
Everything
up.
that-
Just shut up.
10,000 BC is a good movie. First off, so there's a bunch of movies on here, and here's the thing: I'm scrolling through it, and this is all November 1st. So you've got Billy Madison, you've got which is good, and that's not going to be. Oh, the Dark Knight. Okay, so the Nolan films are coming. You got the Dark Knight, Batman Begins. I think is already on there. Let's go through. There were some other gems. I saw the Flintstones movies. Those are great.
Yeah.
The one I'm excited about is all the Hobbit movies just got added. So
Really?
that's cool.
Really?
Yep.
You're excited for that.
Well, yeah, because I
You
don't own
think
them. I
about
own the
that,
other.
and your boner just goes through the roof.
For the record, sir, the Lord of the Rings is something that I held very special. Okay?
Yeah, the Lord of the
only-
Rings. The Hobbit is a dumpster fire inside a shit factory,
I like the
birthed
movies. Okay.
from human feces fetuses.
Okay. Next, we have The Iron Giant, which is one of the best animated films of all time.
Of all time!
We got a bunch of Lego stuff. Magic Mike. But they're going down farther on the list. We're getting into some more DC stuff. So the Titans. So I started Doom Patrol, which I highly fucking recommend. It's got Alan Tudyk in it. You would love it, Nick. It is totally up your alley.
I watched like the first couple of episodes, and I don't know. I don't know if I was not in the right mood or something. But Titans, that one I might actually go to. Trolls 1 and 2. Oh no, that's Troll 1 and 2. So they're really bad movies. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, Titans is the one I'm excited about because Titans is the series I haven't started yet, and season 1 and 2 are both out now on HBO Max, so I can go watch them at this moment. And then there's just a bunch of other movie stuff. Wild Wild West. That's a great one.
Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rada. No, you don't want nada, none of this.
There's some more type content that's coming, like His Dark Material season 2 is premiering on the 16th. Doolittle.
I keep forgetting that exists, and I need to fucking watch it. His Dark Materials. I freaking love the Golden Compass. You know, so whatever. Go on.
And that's something I want to try to get into too as well. But the trend that I'm noticing is it's really slow on the series side of things for most of these.
We're gonna hit a certain time, and it's gonna be really soon. Where like we're at that. How you doing?
We're at the cable level.
What happened? No, but we're at a certain part of the year where it's like this is when the lockdown was happening. You know what I mean? Like, so all this stuff would have been filmed during the lockdown and then maybe came out. But now we're getting to the point where nothing's coming out. Now in Hollywood, we are getting back to filming under regulations and stuff. But even still, like, that'll be a while.
Kick back up again. Yeah.
So, ESPN Plus, IMDb TV.
There's actually some stuff on there that's not bad,
TV.
but it's not a service I'm subscribing to by any means.
None of these I'm subscribing to, so we'll be done with that, I guess.
Peacock. Hey, Peacock does have some good stuff.
Cock.
So I wouldn't skip on that. No, they're actually doing a bunch of cool stuff, so it's towards the bottom.
Peacock.
All of the older American Pie stuff is are
No, these are all the bullshit ones, though. Not even the regular ones, dude.
I know.
Doesn't count.
No, Bandcamp is good, and the Naked Mile. Those I would recommend. But you've also there's some stuff that's shared with I think Hulu, because like I'm seeing Knocked Up on here as well. But you got the Fifth Element.
That's a good one.
In all time, yeah, Daybreakers is good too.
October one, just saying.
Yeah, Wanted is on here. Ugly Truth is one of my favorite Gerard Butler rom-coms. Highly recommend that movie. But they also have, I think this is the month that they're going to have. I'm trying to look and see. Yes, the Saved by the Bell original is coming on the 25th. Like the reboot. Yellowstone season 3. Oh, I didn't know that was starting this month. Okay, cool. Yellowstone, Kevin Costner, probably one of my favorite things on Paramount. It's highly recommend it. But that's about it.
That is about it. It's so much it that it is it, right? That's what they say nowadays. So anyways. All right, guys, thank you so much. What are you guys looking forward to? You know what I mean? Iron Giant is life, is what Lycan Gamer says. Are there any Thanksgiving movies? This is why we have November mixed with Halloween and Xmas movies. Yeah, I don't think there are many November-ish movies, which is stupid because, like I said near the beginning of the show, it's like my freaking mother-in-law today is putting up the tree. It's like, just give it air. God, like I'm one of those people that just like I don't. It's not that I hate Christmas. I love Christmas, but it's like people just take it to a degree. It's just like, come on, guys. Like if you wanna, it's November 25th, and you want part of your Thanksgiving plans to be putting up the tree or something like that's totally cool. Like that's a good, maybe that would be a good tradition, putting up the tree on Thanksgiving or something like that. Make it a family affair
and put on like a Christmas movie.
But dear fucking God, why does it have to be all November long? You know? And for me personally, let me know what you think about the situation. But for me personally, I'm fucking poor. So this time of year isn't like the best time of year for me because I'm fucking poor, right? I can't give my family everything that I would like to give them. I would buy them the world if I could, and I can't because I'm fucking poor. So this time of year, when people just elongate it so much, it's like, yeah, here's all the money I'm not going to be able to spend on my fucking family because I'm a broke-ass biatch.
Yeah, like them sending out the Black Friday deals.
See, I'm okay with that. That's okay. Because then I can plan around it.
I know I can't afford. Well, yeah, I guess so. I can
try to plan around it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. But even then, that's Black Friday. It's not necessarily talking about Christmas. So it's like they can slide it in there, and I'm not going to get mad about it. But anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. That's it for the weekly nerdy news. Once again, I don't think we introed it that way. I think we were like, hey, welcome to Nerd Radio. I don't think we ever actually said welcome to the weekly nerdy news or whatever. So 2 weeks in a row where we've been doing it with this format, and Nicholas has forgotten to go, hey guys, this is the show you're watching. So anyways, you're going to have 25 music minutes. That's the way I'll put it.
Yeah.
25 English is heard. So 25 minutes of music. And then we'll be going on to button mashing. One of the first button mashings where all three of us actually show up and do their fucking jobs. But we get to talk about video games and Cyberpunk and things like that. So the reason we didn't cover Cyberpunk is because we actually covered it in button mashing. So that'll be 25 minutes of music coming up right now, in the near future, sometime. Okay, bye.
I've been thinking about you lately.